All right. Welcome everyone to the finale of level 21, Terminus level, Undermountain, Dungeon of the Mad Mage. I am your dungeon master and host, Dan Gaston at MadSci I use he, him pronouns, and I am excited to play a little D&D with some friends. And I'm going to let them say hello and introduce themselves. And I'm going to start down in the bottom left with Steven. Steven, how are you doing?
Doing good. Glad to be back. See how this um, see how this goes. This will be interesting. Remember, I'm playing Fish the Sneak, the lovable Kenku rogue from last time. But yeah, excited to see how this goes.
Yeah, we'll see what everyone does here. Last week was a lot of screw it, let's just kill them. So minus the Dwergar, you did talk to the Dwergar after maybe trying to murder them, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. And so on that note, I'm just gonna go right up to Morgan. Morgan, how are you doing?
I'm good. I feel a little called out. Thanks. I'm Morgan. I use they them pronouns. I will be playing Ava, who also uses they them pronouns. Ava is a pretty intense elf lady with a black asymmetrical haircut and undercut and green antifreeze eyes, and she's just here to kill people. She's an assassin, rogue ranger, and that's kind of her whole shtick. She poisoned some Duragor and tried to get away with it, and actually did. I'm really surprised I got away with shenanigans.
What's a little murder between friends, right? So excellent. Let's continue carrying it on over to Star. How are you doing?
I'm great. I'm playing Opal, who is a Tabaxi Bard Warlock and a spy. And I'm excited to continue the adventure.
Excellent. And down in the lower right, last but definitely not least, we have Tim.
Hi, I'm Tim, him, he. I'm playing Alistair Ironmane, the albino minotaur, who is in no way. He's trying to be a happy Scottish minotaur, but unfortunately, he kind of touched a cursed object last session, and now everything is crap, and he sees no joy in anything.
It was like the worst possible outcome for having a character who's happy-go-lucky for once, and then they get.
I tried to save a lass, and it went fine, and then suddenly I touched something, which is a rule. Don't touch something.
The technicalities of the identify spell. All right. I'm gonna have you all roll a d20 for me.
Oh dear.
Are we adding anything?
Nope.
15.
11.
6.
That's a 19.
All right, Tim. Why don't you give us a brief recap of last week?
Okay. So last week the party entered into the dungeon. We encountered two Dwagger. How do we pronounce it? Dwagger.
I say Dwergar, but
Dwergar.
I don't know.
Deep dwarves.
Yeah.
Slightly not the Darrow, the other ones. Anyway, we encountered two of their guards, and we tried to go over and be nice and happy with them, and then shenanigans. We poisoned them. So after killing one of them and dropping one of them off at a medic, we met the exiled prince of somewhere.
Gragglestug.
Boltigar.
Yeah,
of Gragglestug. And we basically agreed that we would sort out the celestial fiend problem, which was all good because we want to kill stuff and get money and all these things. So we went to the Chapel of Ludgar, where we had two Arcanolofts masquerading as priests. We attacked them. We killed one disappeared. We looted their bodies, which was a large bulge in their chest. Then Alistair accidentally touched a cursed object and then got cursed. So we're now down to, if my total is right, there are still 3 Yugolovs somewhere in the dungeon. One celestial that likes chopping people's heads off, and we've just taken a long rest inside a sanctum.
I love how you completely forgot about getting eaten.
Oh yeah, I got eaten as well. I forgot that as well. Yeah,
I
I
think
got
he
eaten.
was trying to forget that.
I think at one point, like I didn't forget it. Alistair took no joy in it because he takes no joy in anything anymore.
That's right. Without setting off chat, because of course, both Tim and Matthew Foreman are in chat, and Matthew, I am calling you out, but I was gonna say, I mean, I don't know how many people would take joy in being swallowed, but I know that chat's gonna turn that into, it's not after dark yet.
Yeah, but we're fine. We're absolutely fine. No problems. Just
Excellent.
Winky face emoji here.
Yeah, winky face. All right, so that was the Rimmer Haze, whatever, that you killed, and one Arcanoloth who was heavily wounded and is probably pissed off escaped. So that can't possibly come back to bite anybody in the ass.
No, this is D&D. There's no repercussions for your actions.
That's right. Dungeons stay static until you enter the room, right?
Yeah, nothing happens. And if you don't kill a thing, they just leave and they don't ever seek revenge.
That's right. All right. So you awaken in the morning. You successfully take your long rest in the chapel. Drop the spell at some point, and then the question is what you're gonna do. So there's basically a long corridor outside, but one of the intersections goes into a large vestibule type room that you saw in the distance, and you were led to believe that in that direction will take you to the court where Phasrian is, and of course you could go back to where the Dwergar are.
I like to, even though I take no joy in this, like to cast Remove Curse on myself.
All right.
It's like getting rid of this confounded flaw in my life.
All right, easy enough. You cast Remove Curse, and that flaw that has been added to you is removed.
And it also means I get my Abjuration Ward up straight away.
That's right.
So that's an extra 30 something temporary hit points or whatever for the shield. So yeah. And as the curse drops, you see like Alice is like slightly bright, and I'm like,
hey, that feels a lot better. How is everybody this morning?
Quite well, and it seems you are as well.
Hey, I think I just needed a wee rest. That's all fine. And a little spell. It's all grand. Right. Which way do we want to go?
Toward the Celestials, isn't that right?
I'm up for that. How about you? How about you? Everyone else, if we go Celestial, we'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
Hey, little lad, they'll be fine. Do you want to go up on my shoulders again?
Maybe Fish Scout? See first?
Hey, that's a
And motion. Yeah.
that's a
Can I do what I did at the start of last session, the primeval awareness to try and like discern things again?
You absolutely. And it's basically the same thing. Three fiends.
Okay.
And
So the numbers
one
haven't
celestial.
changed.
Nope, the numbers haven't changed.
Cool. There was that one that disappeared, so I just wanted to see if he was still lurking about. Okay. Anyone have any idea of where to look next as we hunt down these Yugoloths? We know at least 2 of them are probably going to be with or at least one of them is probably going to be with the Celestial.
That's right. You know that one for sure basically always stays with yeah.
Didn't
Yeah, that's why Fish suggested sneaking ahead to see if we can see who's there in the
Hey.
vestibule room up ahead.
Just be wee careful, lad. Like, I think I recall reading somewhere that Celestial isn't quite good at seeing hidden things. So just be careful. We don't want to, have fried fish legs now, do we?
Fish good at hiding.
You're good. Just you'll be fine, lad. You'll be fine.
So, if we're rolling stealth, I did roll a 32. So,
Okay.
What is stealth to a rogue at 16th level?
Yeah. Pretty.
that old plus 15.
Yep. All right. So you're creeping down the corridor, and basically the corridor ends in this entryway, so this vestibule. Blood is leaking down the walls and across all of the decor of the room, which is heavily carved in a dwarven style. There's 4 large pillars that buttress the ceiling, which is 30 feet above you and vaulted, with the middle third of each of those carved to resemble a scowling dwarf with bulging muscles who's then supporting the upper third of the column and the ceiling above on their broad shoulders. So sort of that like Atlas, kind of pose. Blue sapphires glitter in the eyes of each of these carved dwarves in the pillars. There is a large set of double doors on the eastern wall, 18 feet high, carved to look like a waterfall, but that waterfall is now cascading with this blood that trickles out and trickles onto the floor. And it has mithril inlay so that underneath the blood, it looks like it would be molten metal pouring down the walls. There is a large curtain hanging across the western wall, sort of covering the stone, that is entirely made out of the scales of a black dragon. And then hanging from the middle of the ceiling and hanging sort of, about 10 feet up off of the floor from these long iron chains is a massive iron horn that is etched with dwarven runes.
Fancy. But I don't see the Celestial inside.
Well, so there's a big set of closed double doors. This is like an entry, like it's a vestibule type room, right?
Okay. Oh yeah. Like it's sort of a foyer or something.
Yeah, exactly.
And I assume those doors are going to look way too big for my tiny little bird arms to open on my own.
Well, it depends, but the dwarves are renowned for making massive dwarves that open relatively easily. But it is 2 sets of doors, each of which is 18 feet high, so they are massive. If they're not locked, you can probably open them. But there's no way to open those doors without them being noticed.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll circle back to the room we fought the Yugoloths in was also dripping with blood, right?
It was, but it was doing it off and on, and when you dropped your spell this morning, it was not weeping blood at the moment.
Okay. I'll just pull chalk or something out of my bag and just like sort of sketch the room for everybody to let them know what's where so they have an idea of what's ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Fish no fine guy. Fish fine room.
He's not there. But he might be behind the big door, eh?
It's always a possibility.
I don't think there's a way to get through that big door without getting noticed.
Aye, that's That's probably true. Let's
Although who's to say the other Yugoloth has not already warned them of our presence?
I have a feeling that they were probably aware of our presence for quite a while, considering the ghostly visions and haunting music.
That too.
hey, that's a good point. So how about we head to the vestibule so we know what it's like there? And then we can work out how to go through the door and probably see what that horn that he was describing. I don't know about you. I want to blow that horn. That's an idea, you know.
All right. Why not?
Hey, let's try
I'm
that.
down.
Right.
Yeah. So if you each make your way down, the room is as described. So this, and it is a massive horn. So it probably weighs about 2 tons of iron, from hanging from these like 5-foot long chains, about 20 feet off of the floor. I had the chain size and height reversed last time.
Can I reach the mouthpiece anyway?
It's 20 feet off the floor.
Oh, aye.
Yeah.
can't
But you
even
can
jump to reach
see
that.
some of the dwarven runes, and so those of you that read Dwarvish, which is just Alistair, you can't see all of them because some of them are obviously, you can't see them from the floor, but what you can see says, "If you blind us."
If you blind us, but it's a horn. It'll probably deafen you.
I'd over the table. I think I know where this is going, but how tall up are the statues with the gems in their eyes?
So they're pillars. So the middle thirds are carved, but the pillars go all the way up to the ceiling.
How far would it be to climb up to get to the eyes?
It would be like 20 feet.
Okay. So, and I assume it's climbable since I have the second story work from being a thief, which gives me a climb speed.
Absolutely. Yeah.
There are 2 of these pillars, right?
There's 4.
4. Okay.
Yep.
I also have a 20-foot climbing speed because of my claws.
Yeah. Yeah. So both of you, I think no check is really required. If you're not rushed, you're taking your time, you could climb the pillars.
As Alistair is reading, like, if you blind us, Fisher's already popping out shiny eyes.
Okay. So you pop out one shiny eye as you climb up and sort of jab a dagger into one of these sapphires and pop it out. And as you do, the horn emits a somber tone, and all around the room, 13 ghostly looking dwarves manifest and surge in towards those on the ground, and I need you to roll initiative.
Aye.
Oh no.
This is fine. This is not fine.
12.
This is not fine.
All right. So 12 for Opal. All right. Fish.
19.
19.
18.
18 for Ava. Okay, Alistair.
7.
All right. Oof. Oh. All right. So Fish, you probably catch movement out of this, side of your eye. You're clinging to this pillar. You're 20 feet off the ground. You've popped out a large sapphire gem, which you can add a star sapphire to your inventory that is worth 1,000 gold pieces.
Ooh.
That's a good
Like-
shiny.
It's like the size of your fist. And so what do you do?
Would it be feasible to like hang on with one hand and then use the hand crossbow with the other? No, because I'd have to reload and let go. So
I'm gonna
uh,
say that you could do it to take a shot with disadvantage, but then yes, the reloading would get pretty problematic.
yeah, no. So instead, I'm just gonna use the 20 feet, slide down, take a shot. That's 25 to hit, I believe.
Yeah, a 25 will definitely hit. These look sort of like ghostly manifested dwarves in like ornate and very ancient looking plate mail with
Okay.
big great axes.
And none of them were within 5 feet of anybody, right? They're all sort of in the circle.
Yeah, they're all sort of just manifested around the circle.
Okay, so no sneak attack yet. So this is just going to be 11 damage
Okay.
from a magic crossbow, if it matters. And then I'm going to try and hide behind the pillar
Okay.
for a 34.
Sorry, there's just a lot of ghost dwarves.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Ava, you were the next to go. Oh, you're muted.
Sorry. Okay. All right. So how many ghost dwarves are there? There's a lot.
Like 13. They're totally ringing the room, around the pillars. Everywhere you look is one of these ghostly dwarves.
Well, I pull out my only weapon I have. And I will attack
Okay.
with my bow.
All right.
So that is going to be a 25 to hit.
Yep.
Okay.
To speed things up for people, their AC is 18.
Okay, cool. And that is 24, 29 damage because I
Okay.
get sneak attack because they haven't taken a turn in combat because assassinate.
Okay.
And then second attack, and I guess I'll just hit the same one I just hit unless it's already gone.
No.
No, I figured not. And so that's gonna be it's gonna be a 22 to hit.
Yep.
Okay, and right, you said 18. And that's 16 damage.
Okay.
Yeah, on the second one.
All right. So a couple of arrows sink into this ghost spirit. They seem to be effective. And Opal is next. So you're up clinging to this pillar. and all
I'm
hell
gonna
breaks loose.
Stay where I am. So there are 2 that have been attacked.
There's 2 that have been attacked, yeah.
I'm going to attack the one that Ava just attacked with an Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
So that's 12 misses, 27, and 18.
Okay.
So 2 of them hit. Eight damage.
Okay. All right. So the 2 Eldritch blasts, you're sort of like clinging to the pillar and then tracing and firing with your free hand. And they blast out and they punch, holes through the ghost, which then, sort of knit back together. But it does look like it is taking damage. And the ghosts surge in on the people that are on the ground. And so they all, let's see, the question is, because there's a bunch of them that could potentially still see the hiding rogue because he's just ducked behind a pillar. They are just ducked behind a pillar. Yeah, there's at least a few that spotted you ducking behind the pillar. So
yeah, I figured.
Everyone ends up in melee. All right. So I'm just going to be doing 3 at a time here. So fish, let's see. 1 crits.
Ow. Rude.
And
first of all.
oh yes, each of them are making 3 attacks. This is a whole lot of rolls, guys. My lowest attack roll on that is a 19.
Yep, so everything will hit.
And then this one will probably miss because that's a 13 as the lowest on that, but there's a second crit.
Okay. I'm going to uncanny dodge one of these crits.
Okay. And one of those is going to miss again. So you're going to uncanny dodge a crit, but there's going to be 1 crit for sure. Which does 24 points of slashing damage on the crit.
All right. So I have that to 12.
Yeah, and so then there's the uncanny dodge, which you dodge, and 2 misses. And so then you take another 12, 24, 36, 48 points of slashing damage. All right. And on Ava, first one attacks. What's your armor class?
16.
16? Okay, so what do I need? I need a 7 or higher, so 1 hit. 3 hits. 6 hits.
Yikes.
How much damage am I taking?
72.
Holy.
Oh my god.
All right.
So there's... Okay. Alistair.
I'm just going to make it easy for you.
Yep.
My armor class is 14,
Okay.
but I'm going to use my first reaction to cast shield.
Okay.
So it's now 19.
19. Okay, perfect. Alright, so I need a 10 or higher. 1 hit. Holy shit. I literally, on 3 dice rolls, rolled 3 nat 1s.
Good for us.
Come at
Well,
me,
three-
dwarven brethren!
3 nat 1s.
Being real
And then-
kind to the wizard here.
And then 3 hits. So 4 hits altogether.
Bring it on!
Remember, I'm resistant to all damage, so that needs to be hard.
Yeah, so 48 divided, so 24.
Hey, that's not a problem. At the
Alright.
moment.
And then there's still 4 left, so I'm just randomly 2 and 2 on... Well, that's a bunch of misses. but another crit on the rogue. And then a bunch of misses, 1 hit. So that would be 24 on that crit on Fish. And then 12 more to Ava.
Should have stayed on the pillar.
I'm just checking here.
Yep.
Have we all got like a secondary character rolled up ready to go just in case?
That's a crit on Alistair. So it would be 24, but halved back to 12.
Okay.
And that's it.
Okay.
And they're just standing there, these big axes dripping.
Okie dokie. Okie dokie, okie dokie, okie dokie, okie dokie, okie dokie. Right. Right. So, would Alistair know, like, still have the inkling that it was that it's some kind of magical trap or something?
So these actually seem like legit spirits, like actual ghosts. Because they all look like different. They're all individualized, as opposed to if they were some sort of arcane construct. But you definitely would have noticed that they instantly appeared when the sapphire was pulled out of the.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
And the other thing is, now remember, you did see on the horn, if you blind us on the horn.
Read the other side. Turn the page.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and turn this horn and see what the other part says.
Okay, so how are you going to turn the horn? So it's hanging 20 feet up off the ground.
Okay. I'm gonna aim a Mal's acid arrow at one of the chains to let
Okay.
it dangle down like that.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right, give me an attack roll for that.
Right. Oh, that's a 15 plus 9. So
Oh yes,
24.
absolutely. Yeah. So the arrow hits, and there's a hissing sound as one of these chains melts through and breaks, and the horn sort of hangs down, canted on one side, and just enough to see that the completed inscription says, "If you blind us, shall we not revenge?"
Okay. Right.
Shan't.
Know that.
You shan't.
Fish! Just put the thing back in the eye! We can get it later! Put it back in the eye!
And then it's Fish's turn.
Okay. So mechanically, so I don't get murdered, I do have to make one more stab.
Yep.
So that's a. Wait, what is my plus to hit? It's different. I think it's plus 10, so it should hit. It is, so 18. So just barely hits.
Okay.
D6 because it's a short sword. So I made everything D6s, so I didn't have to roll different types of dice. Cool, minimum damage. So 6 damage to that, and then because of the mobile feat, no attacks of opportunity as I scramble the 20 feet up. And I guess would it be an action to put the eye back in, or would it be?
You can
interact with
do it. I think I think totally this is interact with the environment. Yeah.
Yeah. So in a panic, just shoving it in there as hard as he can.
Yeah, because you probably still even had it in your hand anyway. You didn't have time to like tuck it away, and you jam it in. So when you jam it in, the ghosts don't disappear, but they do. They sort of like take a step back, and they're just like they grip their axe and hold it as if they're standing in a guard position. So they stop moving. Like on everyone who's been attacked, they take like a step back and sort of, they have their axes held and like ready, but they're less threatening. They've sort of backed down a step.
Just a angry bird grumbling on his perch.
Is there any way to talk to these spirits?
You could try.
Okay. Hello, brothers and sisters from the afterlife. It's I, Alistair. I may not be one of you, but I speak like you. How are ye?
And they sort of just all turn their ghostly visages upon you, and they speak. They're like, you can see their mouths opening and moving, but you can't hear anything.
You're gonna have to speak a wee bit louder. I can't hear you.
And they continue to like mouths moving, but you can't hear anything.
Thinking about it, no vocal cords, you can't speak, can you? Right. Would you mind if we just walk on by? Would that be alright?
And you sort of, where are you gesturing? Like the double doors or the exit out?
Hang on, this is where the tapestry is, isn't it? Like the
so the tapestry, or sort of the curtain of black dragon scales, you basically came from the north.
Okay.
On the western wall, just covering the wall, is this black scaled curtain, and on the eastern wall is a set of double doors.
Okay.
And then I guess there would be an exit on the south as well that looks kind of like, just leads to another random corridor.
Okay.
Right. Does everyone else want to get out of here and go get healed up quickly?
That would probably be wise.
Yeah, let's...
I think that's a good idea.
Right. Does anyone need carrying?
I would have just dropped onto Alistair's shoulders as he's like walking by.
Okay, you're on my shoulders, all right. Right.
Bleeding.
Right. Let's go get a medic. And we'll be fine. It's all grand. Not a problem.
Problem.
No problem. It's fine. Let's go. And my dwarven spirit brethren, you're grand. Stay there. Just don't kill us. Please.
Don't kill us.
And they, they watch you, but they stand still, and if you move, like, they let you move by. They don't really step out of your way or anything, though.
All right, I'm just gonna... Yeah, right, that's fine. Right. Come on, then. Let's go get a medic, and then try this again.
All right. So where are you headed?
There was a cleric at the barracks, wasn't there?
There was a cleric at the barracks, yep.
Let's go get healed up.
The cleric's barracks.
The cleric's barracks.
Cleric's barracks. Okay. So when you return back...
Should I do another dramatic entrance?
You can if you wish, absolutely.
Yeah, just like crash on a door. Medic! Medic!
This feels all too familiar.
So
Almost like we did this yesterday.
So when you do, that like the guard captain, Rajkarn, the one with the big spiked helmet, comes out flanked by a couple of dwarves, and he just sits there and crosses his arms. All right then, what's this all about?
Right. Well, we're down one Yugoslav. That's good. And you can now go pray to Ludgar again. The downside, through no fault of our own, we may have been attacked by some spirits of your descendants. So, we're gonna heal up a little bit and go back out and finish them off. A wee bit of assistance would be grand and really appreciated.
Alistair?
Yeah?
The word you're looking for is ancestors, not descendants.
Ancestors, that's it. I'm sorry. It's been a day.
And he leans forward and says, "Well, not our ancestors. These dwarves did not have the benefit of belonging to the great Dwargar people.
Okay, so
These were surface dwarves. Their ancestors, I care not.
okay.
You said we're down one Yugoloth.
Hey, we all killed him.
So
The other one got
one-
away. But we're gonna get him.
So one of the two who was in the shrine left.
He
Hey,
may have gotten away.
Mhm.
he was badly injured though.
And this
And that doesn't mean we
was
can't find him.
yesterday.
Yes.
Yeah.
So has presumably had time to inform Fazrian of your presence.
Hey.
Almost definitely.
With
But
it being like
that's fine.
Fazrian, it would be difficult to avoid his knowledge of our presence.
True. But we don't want anything to trace back to the prince now, do we?
No, we're not tracing back to the prince. We're not mentioning the prince.
Mm-hmm. So, am I to understand that you wish assistance and healing?
Aye, but if you don't want it to trace back to Prince, we'll be very appreciated if, handed us what we needed
Well,
quietly, and we just happen to find it.
the Dwergar don't provide services for free. But if you have payment to offer us, I am sure our priests can be of assistance to you.
Wait,
Surely
wait.
the dispatching of these beings.
For which you are already being compensated for by the prince.
which
How
we're
much
not,
do
which
you
we're not
want?
mentioning.
Yes, Ava?
What do you want?
Well, that all depends on the services that you wish us to provide, doesn't it?
We want to be able to be in the best shape we can possibly be so we can, keep your people safe. That seems like reasonable. So I'm sure we can get a discount from the normal rate.
Well, make a persuasion check.
This is going to be awful.
I was trying.
That's a 13.
Okay. So basically, without him getting into the nitty-gritty mechanics, what he offers is if you all want to be healed to full hit points, which will require several expenditures of their healing, they'll do that for a total of 1,000 gold pieces.
I think Alistair and I are at full health, aren't we?
I'm at full, and I don't mind paying for my friends.
I can honestly cover my half, so I can cover 500 gold.
No. I'll pay for it. Don't worry about it.
Alistair.
Ava, it's fine. Let me pay.
All right. Okay.
I just throw 100 platinum at the priest while they're arguing.
No. Take that back, lad. No.
I'm dying.
I
This
pay.
isn't time to argue about the tip.
Okay, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, here you go. He's paying the tip. I am paying for the payments.
All right. So they happily, and they count out every coin and then stack it away, and the captain actually writes you out a receipt
Hey,
Hands it
that's
to you.
very appreciated.
And then the cleric, says some prayers to Ludigar and provides healing services.
Just, Captain, may I ask a question? Do you have an axe? Like a big axe? Or a sword?
Yeah. No, we have both fine Dwergar made weapons.
Already enchanted.
I'm afraid not.
That's fine. I might just grab one, if that's fine.
Well,
Just in case.
I think we could let one go for, say, 20 gold pieces.
Hey, let's do it for 25 because we don't want this to come back on the prince now, do we?
Excellent. Strictly a business relationship.
Strictly business.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. It's the 25 and I'll take the nice biggest great sword you've got.
Okay. And they provide one. It's vicious looking. It's not pretty. It is a utilitarian weapon made for war, and but it looks like it will do the job very well.
Hey, that's much appreciated.
I'll swing it over the back.
Hey.
Just duck as he's putting it back. Whoops.
Does anyone else have services you would like to see if we could provide you with while you're here?
I think you've done more than enough to help us. Thank you.
Good. Glad to hear it.
I'm going to take some of Fish's blood that's going over my fur and is do war paint over my face.
I just took a rag out. I'm trying to clean it up.
Nah, it's fine. It's fine. Just it makes me more menacing. Like that.
Fish just tries to make an angry face. Ah!
Arr,
It's hard with your bird. You don't have lips, so you can't really growl.
arr, it's
Just make a
fine.
dog growling sound. Arr!
There we go, lad.
All right.
Ugh.
Excellent. All right. So what are you folks going to do?
Head back the way we went.
Okay. So, so returning, it's only been probably 20 or 30 minutes altogether. And returning to the vestibule, the spirit dwarves are still there. They're standing there with their great axes held, and they've sort of formed up like a couple of ranks around the room, and they all look at you, sort of turning in unison as you enter from the northern corridor.
Hey, you doing all right there now?
And they just stare impassively at you.
That's fine. I'm just gonna check on those curtains over there if that's no problem.
At this point, just because of what happened last time, I'm going to
What happened last time?
yes, with the
Oh, cursed objects. Yeah.
I'm gonna cast or I can just use my thing. I'm gonna use my wand of secrets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just walk up to the curtain, just making sure nothing crazy is out there,
It doesn't seem to detect anything.
Okay. It also detects secret passages, so nothing like that either.
Nope.
Okay, cool.
They're just nice black dragon scale curtains.
Yeah, and when you inspect them, they're quite brittle. It's very aged. So it wouldn't even have any intrinsic value based on it's old, it's worn, they're cracked. It's too old, wasn't kept up or taken care of.
Ah, damn. That would have been a nice addition to my outfit. Oh well. Right. Shall we go face the big green dude with the wings?
Lead on.
Behind the curtains, not even a regular door.
No. If you pull back the curtain, so it's probably hanging in strips so that you can, and it is purely decorative, like a tapestry just hanging over the stone wall.
Right.
Into the big doors then.
Shall I knock on the door?
Mm,
It's only polite after all. It might put him in good favor.
I mean, he already knows we're here.
We did half murder one of his subordinates, though.
And we
Yeah.
actually murdered another one.
Yeah. We for real murdered one and half murdered another. I don't think he likes us.
So, polite entrance or Aragon entrance?
Crush their skulls.
Crush the Skull's entrance. Right.
Why
with,
not?
With assuming I'm still got fish on my shoulders.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
As we made this decision, you know what? No, fuck it. I'm gonna stay up there.
All right. I'm just gonna burst open the double doors like Aragorn
Yeah.
in Two Towers. I go, hey, hey, Fazrin!
So you yell this so the doors like, you know, slide and swing open. They don't quite crash open because they're so big, but they do slide really or swing on, you know, very well done hinges as if they'd been freshly greased and swing open and then just sort of like lightly tap against the walls. But it's actually, you go from this vestibule into an actual sort of foyer, and then you can barely see past it where there is this long hall. So, and the reason why you can barely see is everything's really dimly lit, and there's these braziers on the side which provide warmth and heat. It's actually, as the doors open, it's quite warm and moist and humid in the room. The braziers are 6 feet high, 6 feet wide, stone, and filled with burning coals, but there's all this like smoke and ash billowing out of them and clogging the air of the room, with all of these statues in this like 20 foot wide, 30 foot high hall, with these iron statues of armored dwarves that are just covered in cobwebs, but little bits of green flame sort of flicker in behind the eye holes of their helmets, and their iron great axes are held high and sort of like a warrior stance as if they were ready to strike. And this foyer sort of continues about 40 feet before it seems like it sort of transitions into a different room.
Fast friend.
Just from Alistar's perch up there, can I check and see if there's any like pressure plates and like we step in the wrong place and those statues are gonna murder us?
Sure. You can give me, I guess this would be more of a perception check because you're just surveying from where you're perched, with disadvantage because everything is dimly lit and lightly obscured by the smoke.
Okay. Oh, why'd you have to say disadvantage? Because that's a nat 20.
Oh,
I mean, why you gotta do that? I mean, at minimum, I can't roll worse than a 23. So, whoops, but that one's gone. So 24.
Okay, so from your perch, you don't see anything that looks like there's no stone that appears differentiated from one another, no tripwires, nothing like that you can see.
I'll just like pat his horn and good to go.
Alright.
Faintly from the room beyond the hallway, everyone can just hear this low, gravelly voice that just says, "Come, be judged."
Maybe not good to go.
Well, do you want to go hide?
Yeah. Fish's instincts kick in. He's gonna hop down and sneak with the group. For a 27.
Okay.
Right. Just saying, if you guys want to hide, I'll go and take the brunts if you want to get some sneak on him.
Yeah, I'm gonna like go behind like the try and sneak behind the statues, the row of statues up
Mm-hmm.
towards, and I'm also going to cast Pass Without Trace for everyone.
Okay.
I'll follow suit and try to be sneaky along the pillars.
Okay.
Actually, with how big Alistair is
21.
compared to Fish, would I be able to just hide behind his back and like perch on the waistband of his kilt? Just hide that way. My little bird feet.
Well, I think I said I'm like,
He's technically only medium. You're big, but
yeah.
he's small. But you can. He's not going to give you much cover.
I'm 7'4", so it's not much of a cover. But
Actually, yeah, I don't know. I'm just imagining width-wise how minotaurs are stocky. Fine. I'll do it the boring way. I'll be on the ground. I'll hide behind walls and doors. Fine.
That's a 39 on myself.
Okay.
Oh, I got with pass without trace. I got 31.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
mine
no
was
stealthing.
37.
Yeah, I'm no stealthing. I'm just gonna work up.
Okay. So you're striding through the smoke, billowing and swirling around you as your robes swish and swirl.
Hey, Fazrin!
So when you enter this sort of new room, it sort of opens up. It's a 40-foot high chamber, and it is shaped like the head of a double-headed axe. It smells like roses undercut by sulfur. And on the walls, you can see blood again trickling down in rivulets down the walls. Seated on a raised dais opposite this hallway that you're exiting is a large, hairless, green humanoid figure with these pure white feathered wings that stretch out and open eyes that appear to be made out of molten silver, that is seated and leaning towards you, and the throne is made out of bones. You can just see in the shadowed recesses behind Fazrian is a fiendish figure that looks, you can see big leathery wings that twitch, green skin, a large axe, the hint of fiendish horns. It looks almost like a large overgrown gargoyle of some sort in many ways. And again, braziers emanating sort of smoke and ash. To the north, so because it opens up in this like double-bladed axe with like one lobe on the north and one in the south. The one in the south, you can see a pit of some kind, like a 20-foot wide gaping pit that you occasionally hear some noises coming out of. And to the north, you can actually see these two standing stone menhirs. So there's these big standing stones, and you glimpse the hint of almost like a humanoid figure inside each of them. But Fazrian leans forward and just says, "Come, be judged. I
Now, quick
assume
question, lad.
you'll be
What
found
kind of-
wanting and deformed like all creatures in this place."
Is that including you?
Oh shit! You got it.
I'm the same, lad. You know, I'm not happy to be I'm happy to be judged. But that means, you know, who's doing the judging? Who put you in charge?
Okay. So as you say that, he just says, "Guilty."
Hey, so are you. I saw what you did. You chop your guy's head off. We saw the ghostly stuff. Now, was that really a good idea? What someone who was helping you would do? Let he be without sin cast the first strike.
Has anyone ever told you that you talk too much?
Aye, a few times. But let's be honest, lad.
Only those who would sacrifice everything or their companions are found to be true. You
And
are as
who did you
guilty as the
sacrifice?
rest. Reaxless, deal with him. And the fiend just steps out of the shadows and begins advancing towards you.
Okay, I'm going to cast... Because, fuck it. I am going to cast Tensor's transformation on myself.
Okay.
So I now get an additional 50 hit points. I have advantage on attack rolls, which I make with simple or martial weapons. If I hit a target, I can do an extra 2d12 force damage.
Mm-hmm.
I have proficiency with all armor, shields, simple weapons, and martial weapons. I have proficiency with strength and constitution saving throws. I can attack twice instead of once when I take the attack action on my turn. Yeah. But I can't cast spells.
Okay.
So, and it says here, component, a few hairs for a bull. I'm just going to pull a few hairs from my beard and be that the...
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And I'm just going to draw out the sword that I grabbed
Excellent.
earlier. So
you sort of like swell and twist.
I just pull out the sword and go, freedom!
All right. So Raxus steps out of the shadows to sort of move in front of Fazrian and gestures as you're doing this. And that works. And and he does so. And all right. 4 twisting bits of flame erupt from the ground in a line in front of him. Poof, 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 poof. The whiff of brimstone as these flames sort of simmer open into arcane gateways, and these 4 twisted, medium-sized, 6-limbed, fiendish creatures with like twisted tridents leap out of the ground, insectile mandibles clacking hungrily, flaming eyes in their head, and then the flames disappear and the stone sort of reforms around them as he summons reinforcements. And I'll need you to roll initiative.
All of us?
Yeah, you should all roll.
Okay, that's
23.
Yeah, just I'll go around and
Yeah,
because I won't
Oh,
remember
sorry.
as I'm.
no.
Okay, so they are.
I DM enough. I should know how trouble it is when everybody just shouts their initiative.
And
Sword.
he goes at. All right, Alistair.
That would be a 16.
Okay. All right. Ava?
I also had a 16, but I'm willing to bet that my initiative mod is higher than
Yeah.
Alistair.
Opal?
23.
All right. And Fish?
I said 23. I think we figured out last time we have the same decks, or is that me and Ava?
No, I think it was pretty close.
I have
mine's
a +6
fine.
initiative, +4 dexterity.
Oh yeah, you've got that extra initiative bonus. So I'll put Opal first and then Fish.
Yeah.
Okay. So Opal and Fish, are you doing like you're sort of hiding? You think you're hiding anyway, back in the corridor. There is like smoke sort of billowing, so everything's kind of a little bit dim, but you've seen Alistair and this like lumbering winged fiend striding towards him, and then these 4 additional ones all appear as they were summoned. Are you doing anything?
I'm going to cast Hex on his minion.
On the big fiend?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm going to give him disadvantage on wisdom saving throws. And then I'm going to cast Hold Monster.
Okay. So let me just pull something up here real quick.
Oh, no, they're both concentration. So I can't. So Hex doesn't matter.
Yeah, so you're just going to do the hold monster?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And it wouldn't Hex doesn't work on saving throws, it's just ability checks. So it wouldn't have made a difference there. All right, so what I guess I got to make a wisdom saving throw. What's the DC?
18.
All right. So wisdom saving throw advantage. Succeeds.
Okay. I tried.
All right. Fish, are you doing anything?
Yeah, it would have been following in behind Alistar as close to as we could.
Okay.
And then if I took a shot at one of the guys, the insect guys who just came out, would I be hidden from them?
So you don't really, like, you've only got Alistair and you're firing out of the dimness, but then you're firing into the dimness, so I think it would all cancel out.
Okay, so just a normal shot. No worries. So that's going to be a 18 to hit them.
That absolutely hits.
Okay. And so since I had, so no sneak attack because of the cancellations. Just fine. That's 11 damage.
Okay.
And then, try and duck back down and hide in the smoke.
Yeah, there's like
on the ground, or are they like hanging?
No, they're on the ground. So yeah, like trying to hide behind one of the braziers is probably a good idea.
Yeah, I will do that. With flat 30 for stealth.
Okay, great. So yeah, you tuck and roll behind one of these braziers, sort of out of the way.
I think Pass Without a Trace is still up. Does that that still last for an hour, right?
So,
but I think I would have left the 30.
He would have left because it's just a sphere around you.
Yeah.
So it's not it doesn't land on people. It's a 30-foot effect around you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just wanted to. Yeah.
All right. Fazarian is just watching, but where's? All right. So Fazarian's eyes light up this brilliant white light, which like flashes out and sears out through the whole room. It covers 120-foot like area, so it goes basically pierces all the way out through to the double doors way outside. And that is what happens there. And then it is Ava's turn.
Okay. I am. Has the big fiend gone yet?
Has not acted. No.
Okay. Cool. So I am going to take some shots at him.
Okay.
Cool. So that's a 17 to hit.
17 does not hit.
I have advantage because of assassinate, because he
Okay.
hasn't taken a turn. So 24.
24 does. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then so that first attack is going to be 27 damage.
Okay. And just let me just double check. And is your weapon, does this count as magical?
I think so.
So is it a magic bow that you're using?
I think it can. Let me check. Yes.
Okay.
It does it's a magic weapon.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Okay, so you said 29?
27.
27. Okay.
And then second attack. That's a nat 20. So
Okay.
and that's gonna be 13 plus Colossus Slayer. 13, 14, 19 damage for the second attack.
Okay.
And then I am going to use my cunning action to try and hide again.
Okay. Perfect. Give me a stealth check there.
Okay, so
And then it's Alistair.
Hey. Sword in hand. I'm just going to go and take a chop at the first thing that comes towards me.
All right. There's
32
four.
for my stealth check.
Okay, so you duck back in behind. So yeah, there's 4 of these mesoloths. So these smaller, I mean they're medium sized, sort of insectile creatures, and they're in between you and Raxus, and sort of they haven't gone yet, but they're moving towards you.
Yeah. Right. So
First one, take a swing.
Okay.
that's 12 to hit.
12 misses. Your sword just as it sort of nimbly ducks out of the way.
Second attack. Oh, that's worse. That's a 10.
So yeah, the same thing. It's just kind of like hopping, almost toad-like. Its 6 limbs as it grabs this trident.
Stay still, will ye?
And yeah, that's my turn.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna move forward as well if I need to meet him. Like,
Yeah. You sort
Yeah.
of run forward and clash together.
yeah.
It erupts in this cloud of noxious gas that just materializes around both of you.
Mm-hmm.
As actually all 4 of them do this, just poof, 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 poof. So in 20-foot radius spheres around each of them, so they're kind of overlapping as this gas swirls around. And you don't have to do anything, Alistair, at the moment, because it's cloud kill, but
Oh, okay.
So-
okay.
at your
Start of
turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the start of your turn. All right, so that's the 4 of them, and then Raxus. You basically see Raxus sort of splits as 2 other Raxus individuals run off in individual directions, and there appears to be 3 of them.
Oh no.
This is fine.
And then we're back around to the top with Opal.
All right. Seeing Raxus split, I'm gonna let's see. I was gonna do something else. I'm gonna cast Dissonant Whispers at 3rd level
Okay.
at the one that was the original one.
Okay, so I mean, there's basically like the way they duplicate, you can't quite tell. It's sort of like the shell game. They sort of just all duplicate in the same space and then sort of scatter. So you can't tell which the original was. And so what I need you to do is, this is what it does on an attack. This would be the same thing because it's something that you can see. So roll a d20 for me.
Oh, this one is a wisdom saving throw.
I know, but
Oh, okay.
The only way to sort of adjudicate which one if you're doing it on the right one is the same.
18.
Okay. Oh no, I roll it, but that's okay. We'll take your roll. Actually, you might want me to roll, I think. Yeah, you probably want me to roll. And I think it's the same either way. Okay, so Dissonant Whispers. So I will make a wisdom saving throw. And your spell save DC?
18.
Oh, that's gonna pass.
What are you doing?
Okay, so
Okay.
it takes half damage.
Yeah.
So 5, 9. It's 19. 21. So half of 21.
Okay. All right. So like 3 of them sort of start laughing as this fiendish echo bounces around the room, and they sort of clutch at their head a minute, and then they all look angry. Fish.
I'm going to focus on helping out our big bull and shoot at the same Mesaloth that I hit before. Is it still the same, like canceling out from hiding because of the dim light and everything?
No, because the last time was more that like you also had left
It was just
hiding.
the
This time
dim
you're
light.
popping out from cover, so you're successfully hidden this time.
Okay. So cool. That means advantage. Which is a 14 plus 11, so 25.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then all the d6. Okay. Hold on. Gotta turn and face my table so I can do this math. 12, 16, 21, 22, 28, 36 damage.
36. Okay.
36.
And is that
Yep.
magical? Okay.
It is magical, yes, from
Perfect.
+1. And then ducking underneath the brazier again to hide for another 30.
Okay. I think probably Ava and Fish are so sneaky, and like the lowest possible roll you can get is so high that we can probably just say that when you duck back behind something that you hide.
Yeah, I essentially have a passive 25 stealth with
Yeah.
relying on them, so
Yeah, and like even if you roll a 1, you're still in the like teens, right?
well, if I
So-
roll below a 10 with rogues, it counts as a
That's
10.
right. That's right.
So
That's
I
right.
Yeah.
cannot roll below 25.
Yeah. So and Ava's is absurdly high too. So I think you're both pretty safe in that regard. All right. So yeah, so the crossbow hits this creature. It squeals as it penetrates under its like chitinous armor, and it's Fazrian does the same thing. Like basically, just the light just boom and dissipates through the room.
I was hoping to
And
stop.
then it's Ava's turn, and what I'm gonna do... No, you're hidden. Okay, so it's Ava's turn.
Woo. Okay. So, I want to do the thing where I figure out which of the big guys is the real big guy.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
You can make a perception check.
Okay. Also, I just noticed I forgot to heal up.
Because I mean, unless you have anything sort of specific to get rid of illusions and all that sort of thing.
Hmm. Perception. Okay. What is my perception? Oh, that's a 23.
Okay. You're looking. I mean, they all look identical to one another.
Okay. I guess. And where did the other two go?
They're standing relatively like they're. Basically, what are you gonna do? What's your intention? What are you gonna try and do?
So, I want to try and hit whichever one. I'm just shoot arrows. That's just all Ava does. She just tries and kills people.
Yeah. So the way mirror image works, it's real simple. So you're gonna roll, and I'm gonna see who you hit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
The spell has the exact mechanics for dealing with this. So like you're not trying to discern the proper target. You're just attacking and yeah. Because they all stay kind of in the same area. They don't disperse.
Okay.
Like 10 feet away from each other. They're all close by.
Alrighty. So that's a 26 on my first attack.
Okay. So that hits, and the creature, like whatever it is, it hits and it shatters like a mirror and disappears.
Okay. And then on the, so I guess it doesn't deal any damage because I just hit the mirror image, right?
You hit a duplicate, but then it disappears. So now there's only
the one other duplicate. Okay. And then the second attack is
well, there's two. Sorry, there's 3 duplicates that appear, so there's 4 altogether. But yeah.
Oh, okay, got it. So now there's 2 other duplicates. Okay, and then the second attack is a 33. So.
Okay. And that also hits another one, which also shatters like a mirror when you hit it.
Okay.
So now there's just 2.
Yeah, and then I hide again.
Okay.
Cool.
All right, so there's just 2 in that space, and then you hide, and it's Alistair's turn. Alistair, because you are within line of sight. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Which I make with advantage because I have the transformation. So that's. Hang on, what's proficiency modifier at 16th level?
5.
5. Okay.
Yeah.
So I need to go. Okay, so that's okay. How the hell? Okay, that's. Oh, hang on. 17 plus 5, 17 plus. Yeah, that's. Hang on. Numbers, head, counting. 16.
Did you say 16?
Well, it's 7 plus proficiency plus 4.
Yeah. So, yeah, 16.
Yeah, 16.
Yeah. You go blind.
Hey, that's fine.
This
Oh,
white
no.
searing light as the Planetire's gaze turns directly and like locks eyes with you, you are struck blind.
Okay, that's fine.
And then it's your turn.
Right, cloud kill.
Oh yes, that's right. So you need to make
that's advantage because it's poison.
So it's also a con save.
Oh yeah, that's not 20.
Okay, so you take half damage,
which is then halved again because it's saved.
which is then halved again.
Yeah.
Where's what I'm looking for? They're not there.
Really hoping one of my shots would have stopped a cloud kill. I tried.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 15, 16. So 4 after everything is said and done.
That's no problem. Right. I am going to. What can I do on my action? Okay. I am gonna do. Oh, I got 2 attack actions, don't I? Yeah, I do. Okay. Right. I'm gonna run forward using my goring rush.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna just straight line forward 30 foot, and I can make a melee attack action with my horns as a bonus action.
Okay. So you're doing that on the little guy, on Raxus.
I can't see a thing. I'm just running straight forward.
Okay.
I'll let you decide who I hit.
Yeah. Well, because you would have had this Measloth sort of hanging in front of you, right?
Yeah.
So you wouldn't get a 20-foot charge on that. So you shoulder it aside and charge towards Raxus. So the Measloth is going to like try and stab you with its trident. What's your AC? I think this misses.
That's 14.
Yeah, so it misses. So just make an attack roll because you're blind, so disadvantage against Raxus.
Okay.
Should be at normal because you.
Oh, yeah, normal because I got advantage with. Yeah.
There you go.
Good shout.
Perfect.
That's it. Right,
Good
that
catch.
is,
Good catch.
That's a 17 plus whatever.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Yeah, so that's only. Hang on. I was gonna bring up Tensor's thing quickly because I'm just want to check if this is on any melee attack that I do. Yeah. Okay. So this is 6 points of piercing damage with my horns plus 8 plus 5, 12 points. No, 13 points of force damage.
Okay. So then halved because it's not magical. Oh no, force damage. Yeah.
Force damage, yeah. And then I can make a second attack because of the spell, which I'll make with the sword.
Okay.
Which is going to be normal anyway because of cancels out.
Cancels out. Yep.
So that's 8 plus 6. That's 14. I'm guessing that's no hit.
14 does not hit. Yeah, that's right.
14 does not hit. Yeah. So just a. Take that! How dare you blind me?
Yeah. You just rein in. Your horn hits this fiend. You can feel the ichor pouring down, dripping onto your head. But then when you crash in, he blocks your blow with the great axe.
Hey, take that.
All right. So the Measloth. Let's see. All right. So 4 of them drop. The gas starts sort of pouring off of them and begins to dissipate. And then are each encased in spheres of darkness. And one of them is going to try. What level is Tensor's transformation?
Tensor's transformation is a 6th level spell.
Okay, so that'll be 16. Flat roll, and does not succeed. So one of them starts like gesturing at you, and you can see these like sparks of magic sort of pinge off of you, but your transformation is maintained.
I can't see.
Yeah, you can feel. Everyone else can see, but you can feel them just like pinging off your body. And then Raxus is just going to attack with his great axe. And that will be at advantage because you're blind and it won't cancel out from your thing. So there's a... I rolled a crit and I rolled a 20 and a 1 on that dice roll.
Oh
So-
no.
That's fine. Bring the crit.
Fuck. And then I rolled a second crit on the second attack
Bring
roll.
it. Bring
All right.
it.
So that does...
But the crit's cancelled out because I get half damage.
That's right. So
Yeah.
after the cancellation, that's 24 points of slashing damage. And then I need you to make 2 Constitution saving throws.
Which I make with advantage.
Mm-hmm.
So that's nat 20 for the first one.
Okay.
And 14 plus 5, that's 19.
Okay, you're good.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. You could just feel like this axe is sort of like wicked, fiendishly sharp as it was like tearing through your flesh.
Interesting.
But that's it. All right, so we are back around to Opal.
All right. I not wanting to waste a big spell on the mirror. I'm gonna do Eldritch Blast, and I'm gonna fire 2 of them at one and one at the other.
Yeah, so you just make the attack roll because just the way mirror image works. I make a roll to see if you hit the real thing or a duplicate.
Okay.
Yeah. So
23.
1 duplicate.
19.
Yep.
And a nat 1.
Okay. So the first one hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
1.
Okay. and then the second one hit the other one, and that shattered. So now all of the mirror images are shattered. So there's just the single fiend. And then your third one misses. And Raxus just looks, and you can see he's like, blood is pouring down over his body, sort of tinted with green. More trouble than perhaps they are worth. And just double check this. And all right, Fish.
Okay, so the Mesaloths have all scattered away from Alistar.
Yeah, I mean they're sort of just consider them just randomly distributed around the room.
Okay, so then,
But Alistair's all up in Raxus's face.
yeah, so fuck the Mesaloths. I can't do as much damage to them now that they left, so I'm gonna fire at Raxus.
Okay.
And that is a 27 to hit.
Okay.
All right, and then hooray for being a rogue and having to roll 96.
But on the other hand, you get to roll 96.
Yeah, if I hit to roll, it's 96. 8 from the
Yep.
sneak attack, and then 1 from my crossbow. So that's 10, 8, 20, 21, 21, 31, 35, 41 points of that spicy rogue damage.
All right. So you
And then hiding again.
duck out, fire almost without looking, swing back around, and then you can just hear this thump and gurgle as you kind of like duck back in behind the brazier. And everyone else sees this crossbow bolt just appear in the throat of Raxus, who then drops his great axe and starts clutching at his throat before falling with a crash to his knees and barely missing blind Alistair as he tumbles by and then falls to the ground.
Oh shit, did I just kill him?
Yeah.
All right,
Yes.
wow.
That makes my next thing very easy.
I should be very concerned about Frazian now. that's probably not going to be good for me.
That's perhaps wise. Let me just.
Fish is cheering for a moment, then the realization hits him. Meep.
And. All right. So Fazrian sort of is just leaning forward still and stands, reaching behind the throne and pulling out this massive greatsword that it swings around and sort of rests casually on one broad shoulder, and then points a finger up into the air, and this massive column of fire slams down on top of where Alistair is standing. And I need to make a dex save, and I believe the blinded condition... Does the blinded condition give you disadvantage on dex saves?
I don't know.
If you add it in D&D Beyond, it should say.
Yeah, I've got that condition off, but I can find it here pretty quick. Blinded.
Automatically can't see. Fails any ability check that requires sight.
But that's
Attack rolls-
an ability check. So and this is not an attack roll. So I think you're fine.
Okay. All right. Let's.
It's one of these things. It doesn't necessarily logically make sense, but
Is
according
it
to
a
the rules, you
spell?
do not have disadvantage. It is a spell.
All right. So I have advantage against spells anyway.
Okay.
So.
Good reason, like he could hear the column of flame coming
Yeah,
down. And...
exactly.
Oh, so that's a 20.
The ground shakes with power.
17 plus 5. That's 22.
Okay.
22. Yes, 22.
Okay. So you'll take half damage.
Half damage. I'm resplendent in white with a sword on my back.
All
Half
right.
damage.
So that's 12. 17 points of fire damage halved.
So that's what?
Is
Is that the 17 halved or?
No,
halved
17 then halved, so it'd be 8.
Okay.
And then
Radiant?
15 points of radiant. So if you're still resistant to that,
Yeah.
it would be
Oh,
7.
damage.
Yeah.
Oh, damage.
Yeah, so 7.
7. Still in temporary hit points. Just, but still in temporary hit points.
Yeah. Okay. And then his eyes, which were beaming light out, darken and dim. And the light in the whole room seems to dim as they become 2 black voids, as if you were staring into bottomless pits of black. And then it's Ava's turn.
Alrighty. So Azran is a thing. Can I just say I love how like in like 2 rounds we took more damage from Ghost Duragar than we have in the final boss fight.
Don't jinx it.
Yeah, now that the
Yeah.
franchise is into this.
I'm just going after Fazrian now. I built this character to do one thing, and that's kill things, and that's what she's gonna do.
Okay.
I don't think that's gonna hit. That's a 16, but I have advantage. Oh, and that second one doesn't hit either.
All right, so 2 arrows streak out and past, clattering against the wall.
No, that was just the first attack. So because I
okay.
had advantage.
Yeah.
And then now I'm gonna roll my second attack, and that's a 34.
Okay, so that is.
Yeah, and then I'm going to apply my sneak attack.
Mm-hmm.
And because I'm still hidden, right? So.
Oh.
Not hidden. 'Cause I missed the first attack.
Yeah, that's right. So you popped out and fired, so yeah, you're not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
unless you've got like Skulker, then
Okay. Yeah.
First attack
Then
would be
it's
on you.
just then it's just gonna be a then it's just gonna be 10 damage. But
Okay.
could we argue is Fazrin within?
He's not.
Oh no, yeah, okay.
Yeah, he was sort of in behind.
yeah.
Sort of like there was like essentially 3 ranks of
Mm-hmm.
creatures. Also, he's a planetar, so he has like weird senses.
I'm
So,
also
like-
gonna slink back into the shadows. So
Okay. All right. And Alistair.
Hey, right. Am I still blinded?
You are.
Right. I'm gonna try and grab that guy's axe who just died and pick his axe up.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, I mean, you could find that easily enough.
Okay.
Drop yours and pick up this large fiendish
Yeah.
axe.
Is it just a axe, or do I have to attune to it?
It's just an axe, but you know what? We'll treat it as a +1 weapon.
Okay.
It doesn't require attunement because it's just a
All right.
standard.
Right. And I'm gonna head towards where I think Fazrin is and wail into him.
Okay. I mean, you could hear where
Yeah.
he is, so yeah.
So
I
with
don't.
the great
Since we don't use
axe-
squares, I don't make people put.
Yeah.
So
So the great axe and blinded, so just a straight roll.
this will be just a straight roll. Yeah.
That's going to be a miss. That's 11.
Yeah.
Well,
his
12,
AC
yeah.
is high.
All right. And second hit attack. Oh, that's 16 plus numbers.
That hits.
Uh,
Yeah, forget the numbers.
Yeah, 16 plus 7.
Oh
Plus
yeah,
one.
that'll hit.
Yeah. Right, so then it's a d12 plus. Okay, that's going to be. That's going to be 7 point. No, hang on, it's +1 great axe. That's 9 points of slashing damage
Okay.
plus 23 points of force damage.
All right.
And as the axe wails into going,
Who are you to judge me?
So yeah, this axe crashes in against the planetar. Everyone else can see sort of blood, silver molten liquid pour down where the strike is, and there was like a little flash and detonation as the axe bit in. All right.
and that's going to be my turn.
That's going to be your turn. So the Mesolos. So the only person who isn't hidden is Opal and Alistair. So 2 Mesolos who are cloaked in spheres of darkness. So you can't even see them. Just these 2 spheres of darkness start rushing towards you until you are enveloped in it and blinded.
That's fine. I'm already blinded.
Oh, I'm blinded
No, this
now?
is on Opal. Yeah, so like
Oh,
these
Opal, heck,
this
yeah.
sphere of darkness just rushed in on you and encompassed you.
So do I put the condition blinded on then?
You can, yeah, for now. And then they attack, and 1 crits against you,
Okay.
and so that does 18 points of slashing damage. And then hits, not a crit, with the trident, which does another 7 points of piercing damage. So that's from 1. And then the second one, yeah, that's a 19 to hit, so I think that hits.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's another 9 points of slashing. And then does a 17 hit?
Yes, that's my armor class.
Okay, so another 7 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
All right. And then on Alistair, these two. I mean, you're already blinded, but it's not a big deal. What's your AC?
14.
Okay, so that hits. And hits. And hits. And misses. So 3 hits. So that's 9. That's after the halving, because it would be 2 hits,
Yeah.
and yeah, so 9. And then 4.
I'm out of temporary hit points.
I know, Alistair's like such a big boy.
Boy.
All right, so that would bring us back around to the top, and because we're a little bit over where we would normally take a break, and this is a pretty good opportunity, we're going to take a brief bio break. All right, so we will be back, folks, in 5-10 minutes as we just refresh ourselves and continue fighting this Planetar. So we'll be right back, guys. All right, welcome back, folks. And we're just short a player for a moment, but we'll get her back as soon as we can. And so we're in the midst of fighting this Planetar, who currently has 4 darkened encased Yugoloths still helping him, as he is casting Judgment and Aspersions on you. And we've moved back around to the top of the initiative order, and it is Opal's turn.
All right. I'm just gonna Eldritch Blast the beastie guys by me.
Okay.
I can't see
sounds
them,
good.
so it's at disadvantage.
Yes. Yeah.
That's a nat 1. 12. And 25.
The 25 hits.
All right. 4 damage.
Okay. Excellent. So you're stabbing, and then you feel a bit of resistance. Or I guess, are you Eldritch Blasting?
Eldritch Blasting,
Yeah, because you're already at disadvantage, so doing it because they're within 5 feet doesn't matter. So you do hear this like thump and squealing sound as one of them is strucketh. And it's Fish. So Fish, you're in. You pop out, and all you can see is globes of darkness.
And Fazrian?
No.
Oh.
Because he's now encased by one of the globes, because the Misaloth came up. It's like they're flanking Alistair, and so they capture Fazrian in their spheres of darkness as well.
I don't suppose I'd be able to hide in between Alistair's legs, would I?
Well, I mean, you
Like
might
hide from the Mesalos from him, like underneath, and shoot up, because I have blind sight. So if I get with right next to Alistair, I can tell where they are.
Okay.
I'm just wondering how that would work. I could hide under him.
So they can see. You don't have, because I guess the thing is there's like a couple of things like halflings that specifically have traits that let them hide behind creatures that are a category larger.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Kenku are only medium. That's my bad.
And Kenku are medium, not small. Yeah.
Okay. Shoot, that takes away a lot of what I can do. I'm just gonna try and aim for one of the smaller bits of darkness and hit one of the Mesloths.
Okay. So just so you're just firing in and attacking with disadvantage.
Would be straight roll because advantage from hiding, right?
Sure.
Being too kind to me. That's a 18 to hit him.
That hits a Misaloth.
Okay. And then I don't get sneak attack because I had disadvantage on the shot.
That's right.
Still max damage, so he'll take 12. And then I will hide again behind the brazier.
All right. All right, and the darkness stays up. And it's Fazrian's turn.
Bring it on.
All right, so he just brings the greatsword down on Alistair. It's a 25.
That hits.
Yeah, and a 26.
That hits.
So that does Oh, the great thing is I can just do the damage from one of the attacks, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
so it does 21 points of slashing damage,
Which
and 22 points of radiant.
that's fine.
Yeah. So that's the
fine.
totals, because
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. So so he's just I will teach you the meaning of sacrifice.
Well, if that includes lopping off your friends' heads, then I don't want you to teach me.
What needs to be done in the name of Torm to cleanse this pit is a sacrifice in itself.
You've got me there.
All right, and no one can see him. And so he's just gonna keep that up. Okay. So skip Ava, and it's Alistair.
I can Jaeger her if you want me to.
Yeah, sure.
All right. So she'll probably pop out from where she's hidden, and make 2 attacks with the longbow.
Yeah.
Which I'm assuming she doesn't have advantage or anything. It's just straight roll.
Yeah, because she can't see what she's attacking.
Okay. First one is a 26 to hit. Second one is a
Here
no,
we
not
go.
26,
Actually,
sorry.
we just
First one's a there you go. Ava's back.
we just got Ava back. So
Hey.
switch to that, and yep. So Ava, you're making some attacks.
Okay.
While I get Tim and Morgan rearranged. Tim, do you want?
You're now me. You're now me. Yeah.
Fill her
Okay.
in.
All right. Basically, Fazrins has attacked me. There are globules of darkness everywhere around the area. You can see Fazrin. You can attack him. But you don't have advantage.
Okay.
Actually, no. Hang on. Might you see?
Can't see all you can actually see, other than maybe any of your allies who are like Opal. No, you can't even see
Yeah.
her. Sorry, and Fish keeps popping in and out. You can see spheres of darkness where people were, and that's about it.
Okay. Well, I guess I shoot into the sphere of darkness where Fazrian was.
Okay. Yeah. So it's with disadvantage.
But
Okay.
if he's engaged with me, would that give a
That's true. So that
flanking? So it's a straight
Yeah.
roll.
Yeah.
Yeah. Straight roll. Okay. That's a 31.
Okay.
And then that's 8 damage.
Okay.
And then second attack. It's a 19.
19 does hit.
Okay.
Excuse me.
And then that's 10. I'm gonna apply the Colossus Slayer to this one. So 11 damage.
Okay. So you hear some muffled thumps as you fire some arrows just into the darkness in the vicinity of where you think Fazrian is. And all right, it's Alistair's turn.
Yeah. I was going to attack him with the axe again, but as I'm saying it, attacking was saying, "What does Torm say about killing clerics of Torm?"
When they couldn't do what needs to be done, Torm's judgment will be passed.
But shouldn't they be down to Torm to judge them rather than you?
I am Torm's instrument.
But you're not Torm.
I am his instrument.
But you're not Torm.
But I'm his instrument.
All right. So first attack. Yeah, that's not gonna hit. That's a 6. That's a 13 to hit. That's not gonna hit.
No.
Second one is a 21.
21 will. Yep.
Right. So that is. Right. That's 7 points of slashing damage and 22 points of force damage.
All right. Okay.
I can do this all day, lad.
Yeah, so again, you just hear this like impact basically as it, cracks into you, or cracks into him rather, and him. I don't know, angel cursing. And okay, so then it's the Mesolos who are all in darkness and biting and stabbing and clawing. And it's a crit. And then what, Alistair, what did you say your AC was again?
Oh, that's 14.
14. Okay, so yeah, so that will hit. So that's, let's see, so we'll deal with the crit, so 9, because it would be 18. But,
Yeah.
and then I guess half of 7, so 4.
Yep.
And then we've got a hit, so that would be half of 9, so 4. And then a miss.
Okay.
And then on Opal, there's 2 still clawing at her in the darkness. And what's your AC?
17.
17, so that's a miss. And then a crit. So that will do 14 points of piercing damage as you just feel this trident thunk into you.
Okay.
And then it's your turn.
Oh, great. I can't see them.
You cannot.
So-
I mean, you know that they're in melee. Like you can feel the, like, you have a general idea of where they are.
I'm gonna do Dissonant Whispers again at 3rd level.
Okay. So wisdom
So wisdom
save.
saving throw, because it just has to listen to it.
Yeah. Actually, let me just double check. Nope, within range. Yep. This worked for me on Strahd when I couldn't see him one time as a bard. So wisdom saving throw. And that's gonna fail.
I rolled 3 1s, so it's like 8 damage,
Oh.
Okay.
but at a higher level.
All right. But it then does, so like one of them, you hear it pulling away, and the camera sees a sphere of darkness running away as it moves away from you. But the other one is still on you, so you're still encased in darkness because there was
Okay.
2 of them. All right, and Fish.
Okay. So how far away is like the brazier from where Alistar and those 3 are?
Do you need it specific? I mean, it's a.
I'm just wondering if I can get within 10 feet, so my blindside, and I can shoot him with advantage and duck back behind the brazier. I have 40 feet of movement to do that with.
You could find something else to duck behind. Sure, like it doesn't necessarily need to be that brazier.
That's the one, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So pop out, take a quick survey of the room, run up, get within 10 feet, so the blind sight kicks in, so I can actually see where he is. Am I still hidden because I was sneaking and hadn't broken it before?
I mean, you'd be dashing across the open, right? So you wouldn't be hidden.
Okay. Doesn't matter. Gonna try anyways. Gotta help out my big buddy. With 21 to hit.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. All the damage. So there's 10, 20, 25. 32, 38 points of damage.
All right.
38, and then dashing behind the next closest pillar or something to duck
Yeah.
behind.
Yeah, up on the dais, there's another brazier burning there. So you sort of just do a run by stab, and you can sense and feel it slip into the Planetar's leg. There's a growling curse, and then you sort of continue your drive by and duck behind.
Oh, I was going
another
for one
brazier.
of the Mesolos.
Oh, one of the Mesolos. Oh, okay.
Because I saw them, they're the ones doing the darkness, right?
They are, yep.
Yeah, so Fish's mind is hopefully if he kills one of them, Fuzzy Fazbear.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So that was
38.
Yeah. So then, all right. I mean, you wouldn't see a change, but because there's two and they overlap. Yeah. The darkness shifts a little bit. Okay.
Now.
And then it's Fazrian's turn. All right. So there is a buzzing sound that erupts from inside the sphere of darkness. And there, Alistair, you can feel like biting insects swirling and smacking into your fur, crawling up your bull nose and biting and stinging. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
This is against a spell.
Okay. Yeah, that's a natural 19 plus 7 plus
Okay,
proficiency.
so that will succeed. So,
which is kind of good because the other dice I rolled was a natural 1, so
yeah. So that is 8, 9, 18, and then halved because you saved, and then and then halved again because it's
so 9.
Yeah, so 9.
4 total.
Yeah, so
9
4.
total.
No, 4.
4. Sorry.
Yeah. 9 from the save, 4 because you're resistant to everything.
Yeah.
I am a god.
I like how the wizard is the tanky, is the wizard
Are you sure you're
tank.
not actually a barbarian?
I think I might have got a bit of barbarian mixed in.
Oh yeah, a little bit of barbarian in there too.
A little bit of barbarian.
Yeah.
Is that Minotaur thing coming out of me?
Yeah. Cowbarian. All right. All right. So then we're moving on down to Ava.
Okay. So everyone's still in spheres of darkness, right?
Yes.
And I have no idea. So I have no idea what Fazrian's even looking like right now.
Nope. I mean, you've heard the sounds and cries of battle coming from the darkness.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna keep trying for his sphere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, it's not his, but he's just enclosed in one.
Yeah. Like, yes. That is what I'm gonna try and do. So that's a 30.
Okay, yeah.
And that's 6 damage.
Okay.
Sorry, 13 damage.
Okay.
For the first attack. And then 15 damage for the second attack.
Oh, okay. What was the attack roll for the second one?
18.
18 does not. No, 18 doesn't hit.
19's the magic number. Got it. Never mind.
So yeah, so you unleashed one arrow into the darkness, and then the second one you heard like clatter against the stone wall in behind, but there was a curse on the first one.
Okay.
And yeah, he's fine. Okay, Alistair.
You know what I'm gonna do?
I need you to no, not yet. What are you doing?
Not yet.
I had to check the timing on something.
Okay. That's not worrying me at all.
Yeah, it's not yet. Oh, that's fine.
Just,
Nothing bad.
just never you mind. Just never. Don't you worry.
Okay. I'm gonna try something stupid. I'm gonna try goring Rush Fazrin and push him if I can.
Okay, so does it require you to do the like whole 20-foot thing?
I mean, yeah. If you can try dash at least 20, you have to move. At
Yeah,
least
so
20
you'll have to back up and then
Yeah.
do it.
Like-
So which is totally cool. You'll
Uh,
just there's a couple of attack of opportunities on you here.
That's fine. Bring it.
So let's see. And because you're blind. All right, so that one will hit with the great sword. So it's let's see, what's the total is 44. So halve to 22.
Yep.
And the two Mesolos can also get attacks of opportunity on you. And that will hit. And ooh, what's your AC again?
That is 14.
Okay, so they do both hit, so I'll just give you take 9 total.
Okay.
So 22 and 9. That's after all you're
Okay.
having.
Yeah.
All right, and then you come out of the darkness. So
Yeah.
anyone sort of keeping an eye out sees this bull. You see like insects crawling all over his fur, and like trailing him in a bit of a cloud, and then you charge back in and for the gore.
So that's yep. That's blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that's that. But I don't think it's gonna hit. It's 9 plus 6.
No, yeah,
No. Okay. Well, tried it. Now attack with the great axe.
yep,
That does a lot better. That's a 21 a hit.
yes, that will hit.
Right.
So again, there's another sort of detonating impact. You hit.
Okay, that is 5 points of slashing damage and 14 points of force damage.
All right.
Do you not want to talk about this now?
My mission is clear.
Really?
I will.
Do you mind clearing my
cleanse-
eyes up then? So I
will
can see it more clearly as
cleanse
well.
You from this foul pit, or I
But you-
will go down trying.
But you're in this pit as well, lad. Would it not make sense we go out of this pit together?
I will do my duty.
Sorry. I just, yeah.
I do need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
With advantage. Oh yeah, that's a natural 9 plus 7 plus whatever the proficiency is.
Yes, so that will succeed. Let me just double check. Okay, so there you go. I mean, yeah. Right. So after all the halving and resistance, another 4 points of damage.
Double figures!
I know, it's crazy. It's like 40-10 of damage, and then it's just like whittled down. Okay. There's the Mesolos on you. Ooh, that one misses. And then hits. So you feel another trident as this like chittering, and then the trident jams into you for a whole, whopping 4 points of damage. And the other one rakes its claws across you for 4. Ooh, and then crits with its trident as it just yets out this banshee yell, double overhands the trident into you to do, 8 points of piercing damage.
I will remember you.
And then on Opal, oh yes, so the one that was under Dissonant Whispers, and I think it just only lasts to the end of its round, right? Yeah, so there's a sphere
Yeah.
of darkness over in the corner. The other one claws and tridents at you. Crits with the claw, so that'll be 18 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
As it hisses and you feel this like burning, almost fire rake across. And yeah, then it's a 20 something with the trident again as it sort of screams and yells something in a language you can't speak, and stabs you for another 8 points of piercing damage.
Awesome.
And then it's your turn.
Okay. I'm going to I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds at on myself.
So you cast the spell,
Oh no!
and the spell completes, but your wounds refuse to heal.
Oh no!
That's good. That seems normal.
Okay.
And you can just hear, because of course this unholy choir, once violence broken out, has been Ave Marine through the whole space. And at that moment, it just seems, maybe it's a coincidence, maybe it's not, but when you tried to heal yourself with this healing magic, this dark undertone penetrated through the music. And for anybody who could see, this blood that's rippling down the walls, like briefly was as if a torrent flooded out and pooling on the ground and congealing.
Okay.
So the healing did not work.
Great. Good to know. That's my turn.
Okay. Fish.
All right. This is gonna be dumb, but
Do it.
hearing Alistair actually getting hit, and it's not just hitting his abjuration ward. That's my big buddy getting hit. So I'm gonna fucking sprint out from behind the dais and just jump onto the Plantar's back if I can. Just rapier to the back.
Okay.
Ah! Just crush their skulls. All right. Oh, so close to a nat 20. It was an 18, so 29 to hit.
Okay.
Oh, God, that's way too many ones in the sneak attack. That's gross. So 10, 13. Ugh. Ugh. 19, 20, 22, 28 points of damage.
Okay.
Just rapier in the back, just sort of hanging on.
Yeah, and then this, like, right in between the wings, you can feel the feathers brush against your feathers as the wings sort of arc back in pain. And then it's Fazrian's turn. Oh, yeah, so you entered... I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, sir.
Me?
Yeah.
I gotta even check what my Constitution save is.
As when you jumped in and these swarming, biting insects swirl around you.
22.
Okay, so you'll only take half damage. So it was a total of 18, so halve to 9.
Okay.
Just as these insects start crawling under your feathers and biting and stinging. And... Alright. So he just sort of, is like shaking as you are there on his back. And he is going to. All right. So in behind you, Fish, and just sort of grazing down, there is a roar as a column of fire comes crashing down from the ceiling to cleanse you from his back. He yells something, "Fleas get destroyed by fire." So you get a dex save.
That is 24.
Okay. So you
And you've
basically
got,
like
the
Yep.
roguey ability, yeah.
Yeah, evasion. I
Yeah.
take no
Yeah.
damage.
yeah, but you basically like flip off his back, right? And you know the fire crashes down, and then he growls again in some language that you do not speak. Filthy, filthy creatures, adventurers, vermin. You shall all be cleansed. Keeps doing that, and then it's Ava's turn. Oh, you're muted.
I don't know what to do except shoot arrows. I feel like I should be doing more.
Just do it, lass.
I mean, I think that you kind of built the character to be good at shooting arrows at people and doing damage.
Yeah. So is Fosrian visible now?
No.
Okay. He's still in the sphere of darkness.
Yeah. Yeah, it looked really funny because actually where the column of fire came down and disappeared, it disappears into the darkness and does not illuminate it.
That's weird. Okay.
Magical darkness.
She's
This
just
I was aiming for the little ones, but I had to help Alistar.
it's a very like Hawkeye in Age of Ultron moment, just like, and I'm here with the bow and arrow.
None of this
None of
makes
it
sense.
makes
None of this makes sense. But yeah, I'm gonna shoot into the magical darkness again.
Okay.
That's a 29.
Okay, so that hits.
Uh,
So remember that like you can't see what you're shooting at, right? So it's disadvantage.
right. Okay. So, well, the other one I rolled was a 21. So,
Okay.
so 14 on that.
Okay.
And then applying Colossus Slayer. So 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 additional damage.
Okay.
Or not additional damage, 19 damage total, rather.
Okay.
Second attack at disadvantage. That doesn't hit.
All right. So yeah, there's like the muted impact. There's a brief spray of hot blood on Alistair's fur as an arrow strikes home. And Alistair, it's your turn.
Right. Get over here, you giant pigeon.
Attacking with the axe. First
I'm right
attack
here.
is that's
Also, when did I become Batman?
I'm Batman.
so that's 9 plus 7. So
No.
that's 6. No.
Yeah.
Next one. That's even worse. That's not gonna hit.
All right. So yeah, you're sort of flailing around with the
Get over here, you giant pigeon.
yeah, and there's a couple just like lazy parries of the large blade. All right, so the two Misalos and whew. All right, so that's a crit. So after your halving, that'll be 9 points as the claw rakes across your fur, leaving this burning sensation behind. And then a hit from the trident. So again, sort of, there's this screeching, chittering, insect-like squeal as it stabs, for a total of 4 after you have it. The other creature also hits with its claw and misses with its trident. So that'd be another 4.
All right. Do I still take insect damage?
Oh, right. I forgot about that. So you make a con save again.
Which will make an advantage. Oh, yeah. Natural 18 plus 7 plus proficiency.
All right. So 12, 22, 28. So 14, have to 14, and then resistance,
7.
so 7. Yeah, look, we doubled it.
You did it.
All right. And on Opal, that's a 20 plus, as the out of the darkness again, fire as it slashes across you for 9 points of slashing damage.
I would like to use my reaction to cast Hellish Rebuke because I could have done that before and I didn't realize it until
Perfect.
just
Perfect.
now.
Yep.
Can I cast it at a higher level?
I think so. Yeah, I think you can use
gonna
whatever
cast
spell slot.
Hellish Rebuke at 4th level.
All right. So what do I have to do?
It's a dexterity saving throw of 18.
18 fails.
Yes.
I was like, I thought Opal was a tabaxi. Then I forgot other classes than tieflings can get Hellish Rebuke.
Yeah.
26. 31 points of fire damage.
Fire damage. Okay, so all right, so even with like the weakly sputtering flames, that one goes down. So the darkness around you disappears.
Thank God.
And so there was the one that your distant whispers, right? So you see this like lone sphere of darkness over in one of the corners, and then it briefly blinks out. And you don't see it reappear as blackness poof pops into existence around you again. And then it's Fish's turn.
All right. Well, I'll start with the con save because I'm in the insect plague, right?
That's correct.
We'll just 18.
18, I think, fails. Yes, an 18 fails, but it happens at the end of your turn.
Okay. So we'll do that. Then, yeah, I'm just gonna quickly scramble up this thing's back, get to its head, muttering in its ear, "Please get destroyed," and then go for the eyes. All right. That is a natural 20.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's,
Go on, lad.
that's 18d6. Fuck. That's a lot of die. Okay, hold on. It's gonna take a minute.
And is your weapon magical?
Weapon is magical, yeah.
Okay,
it's a
good.
short sword of warning.
Okay, I thought so. I just figured I should double check.
Okay, so 12, 14, 20. 20, that's 30, 40, 41, and then another set of 6. 41, 50, 61, 64, 72 points of damage.
Oh my gosh.
So I don't normally ask this question on streams to not steal other people's thunder, but Fish, how do you want to do this?
Yes, lad.
Yeah, climbing up the back after dodging from the fire. You know what? Shouting directly into his ear in his voice, the fleas get destroyed. And then. Ah!
All right. So your short sword jams in until the point, like, actually scrapes across the back of his skull as it penetrates in, and sort of sways and then topples over backwards. You sort of narrowly sort of jump off as the great planetar lands on its back, blood the color of like liquid silver, like mercury, seeping out of the great body. The insects all disappear. The wings are spread out, and they are white, but they slowly start to crumble and blacken and turn to ash as like little bits of fire sort of sizzle along all of the feathers as they flare away, leaving just these skeletal wings with the smudgy impression on the stone beneath. The Yugalos all like drop their darkness and just are like, we're just summoned, and actually this is telepathy in everybody's heads, because their only verbal languages are abyssal and infernal. And you guys look like maybe powerful employers. We suddenly find ourselves unemployed.
Right, well, it'd be good if you could, if as a new employee, you could help me see what you actually look like.
I can't help you with that.
Do you know any good treasure around here?
Well, to be honest, and they sort of point to where Raxus is, which of course Alistair can't. Alistair gets like a flash though, like a mental image of Raxus, like in your head, because as they're communicating telepathically, the ideas come across.
Okay.
And says he just summoned us and brought us here.
Right.
I don't know who, and they're like pointing at the planetar, and they're like, I had no idea what this fellow's dude is, but we felt bound to do what he said. Continue defending him. I don't know. It's like a chain of custody thing. There's agreements and pacts, and I mean, do you want to speak to our union rep or lawyer?
I mean, depends. Do you know what with us long term or short term?
Well, so really it was all mediated through a third party. And you get this like impression of like a pause of someone like mentally rifling through and says, oh yeah, some guy named Halister Blackcloak.
Aye, alright. Yeah, we can't really go against your current employee third party now, can you?
Well, it's weird, the conditions, and I feel, because like we just have this sense of these things, that we're not strictly speaking bound to that contract. And with Raxus, there's enough intermediaries here that legally speaking, we're okay, and we can sign a new contract.
Alright, well, as you get that contract together, could you search the bodies for us and give us everything you find?
Oh, yeah, we can do that. And I don't know, like, you can't see right now. That's I mean, you know, you find like a cleric or something, I guess. There's magic for that kind of thing.
I could Alice, hang on. Alistair's gonna drop Tenz's transformation now.
Mm-hmm.
And
Would you say this is a curse?
It is.
If it was a layer effect, would it cure itself when the guy dies?
It does not.
Ooh.
So it's persistent. The lair effect is that he can do it, but not the longevity.
Okay.
What level is remove curse?
Well, remove curse is where is it?
Fifth, I think.
Is 3rd level.
Yeah, it'll work. It's a
okay.
higher level. It just
Okay.
says lesser restoration or similar magic. So
Okay.
remove curse is totally appropriate here.
So
I can see.
yeah. All
right. Okay, lads. Who killed the pigeon?
Fish is still on it.
It definitely wasn't me.
Well, aye. Fish.
Please get destroyed.
I'd like to think I did something, but honestly, I have no idea how many of those arrows were landing.
Well, they
you
didn't
see a
hit
bunch
me.
of your arrows like randomly jabbed in, like sticking out of his calf and like out of his arm. Some of the shafts have broke, like where he fell and during the combat, but he's peppered with arrows.
Yeah.
Okay.
She walks up to him and just kind of like kicks his corpse and just kind of like says, "Huh," and then gives one of the Yugoloths a fist bump as they're searching like bodies and stuff.
All of you feel that choir sort of died away, and the smoke and everything starts to dissipate as the braziers kind of die down, and briefly it gets dark. The blood on the wall stops running and like gets dry and flaky, and like a soft light, at least briefly, begins to permeate the space. And you all feel, where is this? Go. A sort of just this sense of like well-being wash across you. And you receive the blessing of Torm.
ooh.
Ooh, what does that mean?
So, let me just see here. It is a blessing of protection that you receive. Which, if any of you are worshippers of Torm.
Nope.
Does any of your characters worship Torm by any chance?
No.
I might after this.
Yes.
So, I mean, it's sort of irrelevant in this setting
Yeah.
anyway, so it lasts 10 days, but it's a +1 to your AC and saving throws.
Nice.
Nice.
And it'll persist for 10 days. So you all just feel this like deep-seated warmth wrapped around your heart, like a shield. And all of you have this like faint sparkle around you that you can see on each other.
Can't hide when I sparkle. Worse.
It's very faint.
Hmm.
It's like a light dusting of glitter.
Ah.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready for a rest.
We need to get evidence to show that we've killed him. Just give us a wee minute, all right?
I've been collecting a few vials of its blood.
All right, I was gonna chop his head off.
That works too.
Yeah, I think chopping his head off, that has some sort of like a bittersweet irony to it. I also think we should take the Yugoloths with us so they can be like, yeah, no,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Is there anything else in the room? Like,
Maybe they can work for the Dorgar.
we could. Is there anything else in the room that we can see now? Things are brightening up, kind of thing.
No, not that you see without, nothing obvious.
Anything else on Farzian?
That's
No, he's shirtless. He's just got this like long white, like blood spattered loincloth. It's very Greco-Roman with like the bracers and greaves that appear to be made of like gold.
Yeah, taking all of that, taking the sword.
I'm taking the loincloth and adding it to my belt of my kilt.
So then Fazrian now looks like a dead Dr. Manhattan, but green instead of blue.
What?
Basically.
Once we chopped his head off, can we just chuck the body down into the pits?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You then start hearing chewing sounds.
He'd appreciate it.
Actually, after you chop the head off, actually the whole body eventually disintegrates. Because it's
Including the head?
planar creature, so it sort of just dissolves. But about that time, Voltigar steps in and just sort of surveys. He's got his robes on.
Hey!
And he strides by. He just holds up his finger when you talk to him. He ducks behind the throne and like kicks at a spot and a little as the wall swings open. And he says, "You can take what you like." And then he seats himself upon the throne.
Hey! That's mighty good of you.
If you want to go deeper, you want to go below, and he gestures at one of the guards, they'll show you. If you want to go up, they'll escort you. But this territory is now firmly under the control of myself, Voltigar Steel Shadow, and I will claim it and bring these iron riches back to Gracklstuck and reclaim my place among my people. You have my appreciation.
Rightly you should.
And I consider our contract fulfilled. And he, because he promised a payment, and so like the chest of coins is brought out.
Right. I'm gonna quickly check that room.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
I'd like to join as well.
Yeah.
Secrets.
We'll be back in just 1 minute.
Yeah, so like there's dried bloodstains all over this oval chamber, and in the shape of a giant bloody handprint on the back wall. In the middle are 10 shattered stone chests. There is coins spilling out of them. There is a mace resting up against one of them, and a headless human corpse with the severed head several feet away, and the remains are rotting and crawling with maggots.
Okay. Right.
The corpse is definitely the cleric that you saw beheaded in that ghostly vision.
Right. I'm gonna pick up the mace and quickly search the body.
The body does not appear to have had anything left on it except a small locket. And it says, "To Brithia Mulspear, congratulations." And it's just like, it's a locket of the symbol of Torm.
Okay. Just gonna put that near me platypus sporran. And what's the mace do?
So just to, because as we'll wrap up here, because we've got Dungeon World starting after this, the mace is a mace of smiting.
Ooh.
That's a good mace.
And then you've got a boatload of coin.
Hey. I think we didn't die. That's always a good plan, isn't it?
Yeah.
Certainly is.
And by the time you would come back out, Voltigar has there's a female dwarf who's now sort of standing beside him with her hand rested on on his shoulder, and they're sort of conversing.
Right, well. Good luck with rolling the Empire and your kingdom and all this stuff. If you ever need any help, you roughly know where to find us.
If you're up to some mercenary work, you've proven yourself capable. I may call upon you in the future with offer of coin
Or
Hey.
favor.
or favor.
Or
If
favor.
I become king, then of course I would be an excellent patron for anyone who wishes to make themselves known in the Underdark.
You
Hey.
should say when, not if.
Well, I appreciate your vote of confidence. And with, well, loyal at least as far as coin purchases, but definitely capable folk such as yourself, I could see this being a interesting business partnership.
Hey. Hey. Do you want your sword back? I got this nice axe now.
Ah, keep it.
Mighty fine of you.
Oh, speaking of business partnerships, former employees of Roxas, this Prince dude, I think would be a great arrangement.
I certainly have no issue forming a contract with Yugolos.
But can we get can we get the contract written so we're kind of still getting a bit of payment? Because, we got them.
Sure, we can work out a residual to be added to your accounts.
Hey.
This is our managerial fee.
Hey,
Yeah,
it's handling
finder's
fees,
fee.
managerial.
Just flat 10% off the top.
I think he'd
then
negotiate you down lower than that.
Maybe like a de facto where like if your contract breaks, they just kind of like default to us again. That way, there's like no
Right.
issue about them finding
Yeah.
employment after.
Yeah, right of first refusal. So if the contract
Hey.
ends, you have right of first refusal. But they're not obligated to form a new contract with you because they're free will ish creatures.
I'm gonna just say to them in Infernal, you're gonna come back to us and give us a new contract no matter what happens because we didn't kill you. Do you get me, lad?
That's fair. I think union rules. Yeah. All good.
Send me through any information about your union and we'll pay your fees to the union and all that stuff because we know unions these days. You got to do your union payments.
Oh, I mean, the hazard pay, the blood war's happening. I mean,
There's a blood war. Hey,
the blood war.
Oh, that blood war.
Demons, devils clashing on Avernus. Yugolos, we're a pretty mercenary bunch, so we just hire ourselves out to whoever pays the most, and
I was thinking of the other blood war. Oh, that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you still want, people in the blood war, we can probably help out with that as well.
We can always find more action in the blood war, and you know what? Do you want in on a little secret?
Hey, I'm always willing for secrets.
So, if you travel north, I've heard on good authority that some things are going to go down in Baldur's Gate.
Have you now? That's mighty interesting.
So if you're looking to get rich on the blood of demons and devils, I'd go to Baldur's Gate. Yes? Question from the class?
Isn't Baldur's Gate south?
Maybe.
Yeah,
I'm not a Forgotten Realms expert.
Who knows? We're underground right now.
Yeah, north as in straight up. That's his north.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's doing navigate planar navigation,
Yeah.
and so it's north by the Nine Hells.
so I'm more than happy to go down to a blood war. I mean, I'm kind of covered in blood already.
Oh, I mean, have you been to Avernus?
No, it sounds like a nice place, to be honest.
Delicious this time of year.
Hey, that's good.
Battles
plan.
rage, the hell beasts roam, blood falls from the sky, and everywhere the sounds of war and profit to be made.
So basically, like home.
Yeah.
I can get down with that.
Excellent. All right, so yeah, so there's a boatload of coin for you, and that is where we are going to end this session. And other than a rescheduled session on Wednesday to finish up level 7 that we had a session that we had to skip, this wraps our main series of Dungeon of the Mad Mage as our formal community streaming event. We do have 2 levels that we're going to play out. So Nat is going to be running level 22 over the course of June. That looks like it will be running on Thursdays at probably around 5 p.m. Eastern, leading into my MCG mixtape. And then through July, we can hopefully expect Kyle at Technoscald to run the final level 23 as Halaster Blackcloak himself. And in a couple of weeks or so, the community streaming events are going to shift times to a little bit later. So like starting now-ish, as opposed to, and we're going down to 1 day a week. But Ghosts of Saltmarsh will be launching. We're formally, as today is June 1st, moving into Pride and Women in Gaming Month. And so we can look forward to Emma Hansen running an excellent adventure from Saltmarsh themed for Pride on Saturdays starting through June. I think not starting this Saturday, but next Saturday. So stay tuned, everyone, for Dungeon World, and I'll be back later tonight with Invisible Sun, and we'll have some great content coming to you through the rest of the month in celebration of Pride and Women in Gaming. So I'm going to turn it over, let everyone remind you where they can find you and what their favorite moment of the game was, and we'll start with Star.
All right, you can find me at MadRadStarChild on Twitter. And my favorite moment was when I remembered that I could do Hellish Rebuke as a reaction. and I killed one of the things that almost killed me.
Excellent, that was great. It's always fun in these games when you're a higher level character to be like, oh wait, I can do X and pull it out. All right, Steven.
Hey, you can find me on Twitter at Stephen R. Knoll, StephenR. Knoll, Knoll. And yeah, favorite moment had to be getting the kill, because I love tiny things getting to kill the big things.
Yeah.
And especially just with the mimicry trait, to be able to like put his words immediately back into his face.
Yeah, I love that too. That was great. Perfect. Morgan.
Hi guys, I'm Morgan, and you can find me at the FemDM on Twitter. So that's FEMME Fem. And my favorite moment was honestly towards the end there, when it was just like he's dead and the Yugoloths are just like, well, work. I love that you are always a brilliant like NPC like role player, Dan, and I always appreciate being able to interact with your NPCs. It's freaking fabulous.
Well, thank you.
Yes. I'm stick around for Dungeon World. I was in it last week and it was a lot of fun. So yeah.
Yeah, it's always great, and Kyle's running it, and it's going to be awesome. And then Invisible Sun afterwards. So. Which is always a blast. All right, last but not least, again, Tim.
Hey, I'm Tim at Ann and Moth on all the social interwebs. Yeah, stick around for Dungeon World. Played last week and absolutely loved it. Completely besotted with it. Actually, it's brilliant. You can catch me on all the social places, and I'm playing again every Friday for the next now 12 weeks. On Encounter Roleplay, where I play another wizard, but who isn't as beefy and is very squishy. And yeah, I love Mad Mage. I genuinely love Mad Mage Dungeons, and the fact that it was a wizard who had nearly 200 hit points,
Not including temporary.
Yeah. Tim froze, but on such a great expression. All right.
The sheer number of hit points a wizard has shocked him.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. So
sheer number of hit points. Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
So great. Brilliant. All right, so yes, I'm Dan Gaslin at MadSciDM on Twitter, and you can mostly find me here doing stuff. And going forward, predominantly Thursday and Saturday nights, running stuff from Monty Cook Games. So Invisible Sun, Cypher System, maybe we'll get in some Numenera, and all that fun stuff. And yeah, I think my favorite moment, other than just being like a creepy planetar and like blood and, you know, because that's my jam, probably just like the absurd tanky wizard. That was great. I just loved I love that basically a wizard in melee and just beating on them like they were a barbarian and having all of the frustrations of attacking barbarians, which is you deal what should be massive damage and end up dealing like almost none.
Nothing.
Almost none, coupled with
hey,
obscene
you got
hit
me down
points.
to like
I think I did
you got me
70
down
some?
to 30 hit points nearly.
30 hit points. All right, I did a good job out of like 200. Excellent. All right, so we're gonna sign off and let Kyle jump in here for Dungeon World. And so thanks everybody, and thanks for sticking around, and we'll see you soon.